What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today, I basically want to go over a huge trade that we had during the New York session. It's probably one of the bigger trades I've had in the more recent memory, and it all took place in like 4 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it, and I'm gonna use the replay tool here to go back, so we can basically walk through what I was seeing in the New York and why I actually placed this trade. So I'll go back. Let's go back to 8, which is when I usually mark my charts. All right. So the first thing I do at 8 is I like to mark up my sell side liquidity and then my buy side liquidity. And so buy side liquidity usually resides on what's the highest point and the lowest point of the market for that day. So for the 11th, our lowest point so far was this. And let me actually get to 8. And then since this high was pretty close to 8, I actually marked it as my high point for the day. And so essentially I wait till one of these is broken. And I like to take my trades around 9:30, going back and looking at my data after 9:30, which is, the NAS open, but around 9:30 to 9:45 has been my really good point there. But I like to see the setup before that happens. And so as I'm going through, and I'm watching prices as it moves, and we get a wick above and then a fall. Then we get another wick above and a strong bearish momentum right here coming in. So we take this low. And as we keep moving, and I see the way price is moving now at this point, I'm already bearish. And I probably should have shown this at the beginning, but the reason why I'm bearish on the NAS is we have this huge fair value gap right here. And then we look up to this point. I'm looking at a retracement back in this area where I think price is bearish around here. We got a double high, may not actually make it back to this 0.5 to 0.618. So overall, I'm thinking price is going to be moving very bearish. So that's my sentiment. I'm looking at the looking down the 1 minute. So if I see buy side liquidity took in on the 1 minute, then I may have a chance to hold a sell for a longer period of time. And we was actually able to do that today. So let's click through. And as I'm seeing this the entire time, I'm thinking that maybe I missed my setup. Maybe I should jump in early. But having patience right here is really what will set you apart from grabbing those 1 to 2s and getting out those 1 to 3s and possibly at 1 to 7 is waiting on your setup to take place. And the reason why I'm waiting for this one is due to this fair value gap in this area. I'm looking for a retracement back in here for a fall. Let me spread this out a little bit. And price keeps going down, and I see this would have been my take profit from here. And once I see price go this low, I'm thinking we're probably going to return, get some retracement, and actually break this sell side liquidity, because price usually likes to take this, especially usually either takes the buy and then goes to the sell side. Not always in the same session, but usually. And so as 9:30 hits, I see the best thing we possibly could see is an impulsive push back towards our fair value gap. Because one thing we wouldn't want to see, we wouldn't want to see price move efficiently. Price starts moving higher high, higher low, fair value gap, feels fair value gap, higher high, higher low, and price start moving like that. That would be a bad sign for us, as price is gaining strength as it comes to our area. But a fast, impulsive move towards our zone was something that I was very excited to see. And price comes up. I'm thinking at this point, we may have missed entry and it may leave without us, but we actually barely get tapped in. And as soon as we're tapped in, just a couple minutes later, we hit our 1 to 7. And just to show you how close that was to not tapping us in, I actually draw up our fair value gap here. And then let me draw the 0.5 to 0.618 retracement level. draw that more cleaner. More cleaner, I mean more clean. Oop. And that's how close we were right here to this being tapped and us not getting in on this trade. But once it actually made it into 0.5, 0.618, that's why I had my limits placed. As you can see, we fell. And not only that, I mean, it just absolutely destroyed our take profit. And it kept falling. And so, yeah, that was a huge trade. I won the 7 this morning in the New York session. And later on this week, I'll actually do a more in-depth video of actually how I trade, what I go through, and how I set things up. And maybe you guys can learn from that and that'll be of some help. And of course, if you always, you can reach out to me. I have my email on my page. You can just reach out to me and we'll go through some charts together if you want. But that's all, guys. I appreciate it. See you guys next video.